She was like, I guess I'm a little early. I'm like, no, we're a little late.
I don't even know what time it is. Oh, it's only 2 minutes after 3.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Hello, Therese. Hopefully you can see us.
I would think so.
Yeah. Yeah, there she is. I see her now.
I'm going to clean my camera if I can get my sleeve up here. I got a little thing saying, clean your camera. Whether it helps or not, I don't know.
So apparently I biffed something up on the group, the Locks and Tops group, and I was like, what? So when I was creating the wigs and hair with Karen, I set that to public and I biffed something up in the Locks and Tops group and made that public instead of.
No, I was talking to you when you made Locks and Tops public.
You
did
were?
it on, yeah. Yeah, it was a couple days ago. You did it on purpose.
I don't remember.
You don't remember? Yeah, you did. I was wondering why you were
remember.
doing it.
This like whole week with the whole like with bits and
But there
everything.
was a
that was
delay.
super.
There was a delay from when you were doing it to when it would go public. So maybe in between you just forgot.
I probably did.
And now I think you have to wait so long before you can put it back to private.
No, I put it back to private.
Did it go back? Okay, because sometimes
Yeah.
I thought they had to wait, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, anyway, this last week has kind of been busy.
Well, it's been a rough week.
Yeah. Yep. Hi, Therese. So I think we've got a couple folks here. If you just joined, please say hi in the comments and let us know you're here. So today is going to be all about you. I know we had some comments about styling hair, making it straight again and then curling it and just taking care of your heat-friendly synthetics. So I am Karen with Locks and Tops. And then we also have the other Karen. So we're both here to talk a little bit about, not so much show you wigs, although we can talk about the ones that we have on our head, Karen, if you want.
Oh, this is human hair, but it's not a Locks and Tops human hair. This is from La Beauty. So this, I think I showed you pictures of this one.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a nice wig for what it is.
Yeah.
I still need to go trim up a few things, but I think it's pretty close.
That's
it's
good.
Actually pretty close.
And I am wearing a Locks and Tops human hair. So this one is
I have
new.
I was running late. I'm like, which one is that one?
This is a brand new one. And she doesn't even have a name yet, but I can show you the hairline on her. She's quite lovely, very silky. Yeah. She's a 22-inch, I believe.
Is that Mackenzie too?
Mm-mm.
No, I don't think so.
No. No, it's a brand new. Brand new. But yesterday I spent most of the day coloring, bleaching knots, and doing all that fun stuff. So, yeah. So not really any synthetics to show you guys, although I've been trying to put more images and things like that of the synthetics that we have and that we carry up on TikTok and up on the Locks and Tops site. And so, yeah, anytime you want to see something, just let me know. I'll grab it down and take some pics of it. I try to do it in different angles so that you can see it, and then we can put it up on the group for you. Therese, how was your week? Oh, we've got 4 people. Well, thank you for joining us, you guys.
Yeah, say hi so we know who's out there.
Huh? Yeah, let us know who's Say hi so we know who's there. We know Therese is there. Up on and say hi.
All right. So, well, who are we styling? What are we doing?
So I'm working on, and let me see if I can show you this. This is Kushikamana. So, and she's in the color Honeywood Chai. And we actually do have some of her over on the clearance list. If you go over to locksandtops.com and you go to the clearance list, it's like summer in Minnesota.
I'm in Wisconsin. I'm about an hour north of Madison. Where in Minnesota are you, Therese? I have lots of family in Minnesota. Okay. Love you. All right. See you in a bit. Just have fun. Sorry. This is Cushy. I didn't plan it, but that's her.
So,
That's
so
okay,
I'm in
too.
California out here, and it looks like we've got Therese and Karen both in Wisconsin.
Therese is in Minnesota, isn't she?
I think she said, oh, no, wait. Yes, sorry. No, she says in Wisconsin, Karen, my keyboard. So, yeah, she looks like she's in Wisconsin as well. It is, I don't want to say it's summer here, but the sun is out. Last couple of days has been partly cloudy, and it's probably about 74 degrees out here. And I'm in Northern California.
I'm not even sure what we were. It's windy, though. I will say that.
Yeah. Was it windy when you were out on your bike ride?
Yeah, it was pretty tough when we were riding into the wind. We had to
Yeah.
stop a few times.
Yep.
We're just not in shape yet. Getting there, but
give it some time.
Yeah. From somebody that used to ride around Lake Monona all the time in the summer, we are not in shape. We were sucking some wind pretty good there. I'm trying to figure out what it is here. It is 64.
Yeah. Well, that's still nice.
Not when the wind is like that.
Well, yeah. There's
Um,
that.
I'm wondering. Gusts around 35 miles an hour.
Oh, yeah, no, that's windy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ooh. And you were out riding your bike in that?
Well, we didn't realize it was that windy till we got out in the marsh. And then when you're out in open area like that, it's even worse. Hi, Ginger.
Oh, my gosh. Hey, Ginger, welcome.
So, yeah. So it was, let's just say, even with an e-bike, I got a good workout.
Wow. Yeah, I can imagine with the wind that high.
Yep.
Good grief. Well, okay, so let's talk about Kushikamana. And Ginger, since you're on the call, I want to talk about the envy hair too, because it's a little bit different taking care of the envy hair as opposed to the
Just the
regular synthetics. So we can chat a little bit about that. Karen and I actually met with Envy and got some really great tips and some really great guidance around the Envy hair. So yeah, so we're happy to share that with you. Mm-hmm. And happy Sunday. So we were going to talk about Kushikamana here today. So this is Kushi. And we've gotten a lot of questions about how to style them, how to keep your heat-friendly synthetics nice. And so basically I will tell you water and your heat are your friends. So I have had ladies that have come to me and said, why is it so, it almost looks clumped at the end. And so just so you know, you've got to put heat into your wig because the friction will actually make it like clump and frizz. And so the way that you do that, it's so easy. Like if you don't know this already and I show you this, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, that was so easy. So I basically, what I do is I go in with a brush like this or a comb, but then I want to make sure I have all of my tangles out before I run an iron through it. So I just make sure I go through it with this fine tooth comb so that there are no tangles, nothing catching on it.
I actually take that comb, put the hair in it, put the straightener on top, and run it down like that.
Yeah, exactly. And so what I'm going to do is come in with my water, right? So here's the thing. Here's the difference between human hair and synthetic hair. Synthetic hair, you want it wet if you're going to put heat to it. And then human hair, you want it dry if you're going to use heat on it. Just the opposite. And I come in here with my spray bottle. And now I'm going to take...
Dolce is a good one.
Trees. Yeah, it is.
I'm not sure what colors are on clearance. I can go look. It's on the website, but hang on.
I think it's Honeywood Chai, isn't it?
I think so, but I'm going to go look just to be certain.
Okay. Thank you, Karen. Oh. So I can tell, like, I'm actually feeling this. So you guys, I feel my hair. I touch it. I feel it. And I'll run my fingers through it. Now this one is feeling a little bit, I don't know, it feels a little rough. And I'm like, if it starts to feel like that, I'm like, maybe pre-matting. If it just doesn't feel real smooth, that's when you know you've got to get some heat in there. So let me just, so this basically, this is damp already. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my iron. Now, there's a difference between a heat-friendly synthetic like Beltras or one from like LNVia. So LNVia is a larger diameter synthetic as opposed to Beltras, which is a smaller diameter. Smaller diameter, you always want to use a lower heat than like a heat-friendly LNVia, which you can use up to 310 on. But I would never go up over above that because it's, the smaller the fiber, the lower you want the heat.
Hi, Chloe. Okay, so there are no cushy kimonos on the clearance sheet that I can see at this time.
None?
None. I didn't see any. And then Ginger, this is a different brand of human hair. It's not a locks and tops. It's my going to go outside and get dirty and not care about what I paid for it here. We'll just leave it at that. Trees, what school in Madison? My dad was a math teacher at Shank and La Follette. Hi, Beverly.
Hi, Beverly.
And you taught all over Wisconsin. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Monona, Madison area?
Wow.
Yeah. It's a small world is what it is.
It is. So, okay. So that's basically all you do to get the clumps out of it is, and again, this one is not really clumpy. And you can actually do this 2 or 3 times, right? So you're going to come through with your comb. And again, I'm going to put some more water on her, right? Because we want to make sure that our heat-friendly synthetics have water on them. And you can use a curling iron. If I always like a little bit of a curve at the bottom with my hair. On here, we better watch out.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Beverly.
It depends on what kind of teacher it is, though. If an English teacher, yes. Math teacher.
Yeah. She could be a math teacher. Okay, Therese, what kind of teacher? What did you teach?
And my dad was a teacher. My sister's a teacher. My husband actually had my dad for 8th grade math. And incidentally, my husband is the only guy I ever dated that my dad liked. So go figure.
Yeah.
Must say, for what I dated, I actually dated some really nice guys. I just never introduced him to my dad.
Oh,
I didn't want him to know.
you want him to know.
I wasn't serious about him, you know.
Yeah.
They were just high school. And
Well, they always say, you bring home the ones you're serious about, right?
yeah, yeah. And then you marry your dad.
And did you marry your dad?
Mm, there's some similarities.
Yeah.
But
So, and then people have asked me, they're like, okay, well, how do you curl it, right? How do you get the curl back in it? So, Karen, how do you normally get the curl back in your hair?
well, when I am curling, I usually take a straightening iron and do it that way. But if I'm doing a curling iron, I do wet it again, just not as wet as when I'm straightening it. And then I hold it, and then I take it, I release the curl, and so there's a couple ways. You can twist it and let it drop if you don't want tight curls. But if you're going to want something tighter or bigger, then I pin them up.
Yeah.
I like my Leduo straightener though, because it cools as
While
it's
it's curling.
curling.
Yeah. So the Envy 3-in-1 is good for that.
Yep.
There's a lot of different styles that you can use for that, so that you're actually curling it, and then it's cooling it while the curl is curling it.
And
But
it works well. My only complaint with the NV 3-in-1 is that it's bigger. It's bigger, so it's a lot more. If I find my other tools are easier on my hands. My problem is consistency. Well, there is that too, because you'll have like one side will be like really nice and curly, the next side is like, So,
yeah.
One of the things I learned with my face is that I have to start the curl at a certain. If I start it up too high, it's too much. If I start it down too low, it weights my head face down. And so I usually start mine like right about here at my eyes. I think that's kind of true for most people. I think that's a recommended. I'm not sure. I read it somewhere. Oh, it fell out.
And see, you're going to see it fell out, right? But there's still some bend to it. And I think this is where ladies get, I think this is where they get tripped up, right? Because they're like, well, why didn't the curl hold?
So Chloe, are you talking like it'll do like this? Like you'll have areas that are kind of like this in your wig, not clumpy, but they just sort of like it falls. And so then you'll have like a spot. I'm trying to do it with this. It's hard to do on this wig. If that makes sense. Because for that, yeah, okay. So for that, take it, spray it with a little bit of water, take a heat comb, and then comb it the way you want it to go, and then pin it back. And I suggest you let it sit overnight. Do it at night, let it sit overnight, and then you can wear it the next day. You might have to do it 3 or 4 times, but it's just the fibers want to go this way, and you need to train them to go this way.
Right.
Does that make sense? Well, there's one.
Now, this is not like a perfect curl, right? Because I've got you guys, I'm cramped in here. So, but again.
Okay. And Chloe, feel free to reach out to either Karen or I if you have issues. We can maybe help you a little bit more.
Yeah, absolutely. And Chloe, if you're having that where it's going forward, I had an LNVia drive that did that no matter what I did. And I'm going to say this because I think women need to know. Sometimes you'll get a wig that has been ventilated to where it's pointing towards your face. Sorry, you guys, my legs just went out. Oh, This is lovely. Hold
Oh,
on
while
one
she's
second. I'll
doing
be
that,
right back.
my mom graduated from Edgewood Trees. She graduated with I can't remember if music. So she had one for music and one for librarian. But my mom is probably like, she's 84, 85, something like that. Oh, Chloe, anytime. Just let us know if you have any other questions.
So the only thing that I did different with this curl is that I came in, I curled it, and then I held it. So I held it in whatever, like when I released the curl, I held the curl until it got, until I knew that it was cool. Like once it's cool, then you can drop it and release it, and then you have a curl. So it just takes a little bit of practice, you guys. But what I was going to say is that Elenvia drive that I had, I still have it and it still does that. And you can actually go with like different layers and go back and then come in and blow dry it back, or you can, you know, get it wet and just continue to blow dry it back. But I will tell you that that wig still is not the same. It's probably never going to be one of those where it's like completely away from my face. So it just happens sometimes.
I've had some pretty bad ones too. Usually I can get them, but it
Yeah.
takes, doing it a number of times. And
I don't know why that drive was like that. I think it's just the way that they ventilated it. Certified K-12.
so English and foreign languages, Spanish is your favorite. Okay, we do have to watch your punctuation. No, I'm kidding.
Right? Oh, we're kidding. We're kidding, Teresa.
Certified K through 12. Yeah, yeah. Are you still teaching, Teresa? I think my sister this year is in kindergarten, but she does anywhere from kindergarten to second grade, depending on where they need her each year.
And then, I decided I'm not fond of that curl. It's okay. And you're going to hear the sizzle. And oh, I just straightened her again. Straighten, recurl, straighten, recurl. Piece of cake, you guys. You guys got this. There we go. And then if I want to put some, try not to burn the house down, you guys. Then if you decide you want some bangs in her,
yeah. Probably Beverly.
yeah. I mean, just keep trying. Wigs are not always perfect. So I'm taking a little razor and I just decided that I want to put some kind of like curtain bangs in her. I'm just going to work my way down. And I can continue to do that until I've got nice little curtain bangs here for her. Easy peasy.
After you do that, though, I will tell you that they recommend, at least I've been told, to take heat to the ends anytime you cut them, just to reseal them.
Yeah. Yeah. So then I'll get it wet again. I'll come back in. But I'm doing this with a curling iron because you guys, I know everybody has a curling iron. You may not have a flat iron, but everybody has a curling iron. So
I highly, highly recommend a flat iron, but
well, I do too, but I didn't have one.
I get it. Yep. I'm looking for. Okay, so Chloe wants to know: do you have to keep your razor at an angle? I don't have anything here to show When I
I
do, I
keep
do keep
it,
mine at an angle, but
I kind of, I keep it at a down angle like this. And
Beverly,
as I,
you can do a razor thing on anything you want. You
yeah,
just have to know that once you do it, it's done. I
right.
actually like on wigs I wear up. I will take a razor down here to these lower, the bottom layer here, and I will do that with a razor, so that you have like little baby hairs and stuff.
Yeah. No, that's such a great idea. And for a hand-tied wig, you guys, hand-tied wigs are so nice because when you pull them up, well, when you have a closed weft wig, right? If you have a hand-tied wig, you can pull it up and you don't see the wefts, right? So you don't necessarily have to have a pony wig. If you have a hand-tied wig, you can pull it up and then you can trim
Yep,
the little hairs at the like your neck and stuff.
I do that even on, well, close wefted work well too.
Yeah.
Did you say that right?
I mean, you can. Sometimes I know some ladies are afraid to like wear an open weft that
I do all the time,
I
but I
don't.
get it. Yep,
No.
I get it because they're afraid that the wefts are going to show through. I
Yeah.
suppose. Um, I mean,
And
I do them all.
I think it depends on the density of the hair too, and the density of the wig. Sometimes you'll get a nice open weft wig where it has more than enough density and you're not going to see anything. So, but yeah, I think hand tides are beautiful for as pony wigs.
Well, those depend on how much hair you have, though. Too, I'm finding because if they're too much hair, they weigh down. If they're too dense on a hand tied wig, they can weigh it down, and then it pulls off the front of my head.
Oh,
So I have to be careful, like what density I wear that with that. But for the most part, I wear everything in a ponytail. I just prefer some over others.
yeah. So what else can we show you guys?
Well, she went later in life too, Tree. She might have been there at the same time as you were. I don't remember. Um, I was in school when she was in school. But so were you going to cut that too, or were you going to? Yeah,
Well,
Lily
it's
is
just
definitely
showing
two
like how you
different.
can cut it, like if you want to put face framing layers in it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't know, it could.
Chloe says layering.
Layering. Okay. So it depends on how much you want to layer, um, and where you want to layer, Chloe. So in other words, so Kushi already has some layers to her, so she's not a full. Let's see if I can. So you can see Kushi already kind of has some layers in her. So she kind of has she's tapered at the end, right? So this would be a perfect example, like when you're going to razor cut, this would be a really good example of razor cutting. So you can come in with your razor and just start coming down, right? Um, if I wanted to layer her, depending on where I want to layer her, I'm going to either come out here and it's going to give me a less of a layer. If I want to layer her with more of a layer, I come here. And then if I really want to layer her so that I'm getting layers up at the top, I'm going to come way up here. So then it's going to give me, I'm basically cutting it at an angle.
Okay, yeah. So the higher you cut it, the more layers you're going to have. I think is what you're
Correct.
saying, right? Yeah.
Correct. So the higher that I pull the hair out, the more layers I'm going to have up here, right? So the more that it just is going to give me a shorter layer up here at
So
the top.
here. So if the higher you go this way,
Yeah.
the more layers you will have at the top.
Correct.
The further down you go, the less layer, the more, it'll be at the bottom.
Correct. Correct.
Okay.
So it'll be like if you just want a little bit of swing here at the bottom, sometimes I'll do like with my bobs, I'll come in and I'll do a little bit of a layer here at the bottom, just so it gives the hair a little more swing and a little more movement.
So Chloe, when I cut layers in hair, I use the scissors. If I'm just doing them down at the bottom, I might take a razor and just, but I don't know. Karen, do you usually use the scissors at the bottom?
Sometimes I do, depends on what I want the hair to look like. So synthetics. So let me show you, because we'll just experiment on Cushy today. So if I come in with my shears and notice how this hair, I don't know if you can see it, see how it kind of looks more realistic, like it's growing here. That's something, if we wanted to do something like that, we would use your razor, okay? If we wanted to, if we didn't mind a little bit more even cut, we can come in and I can come in here and just go whoop, 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 whoop. But you're gonna see, let me see if I can pull up where I just cut. It's gonna have a little bit more even. I think this is where I just cut. I need a little bit larger area, but it's gonna look a little bit more cut as opposed to feathered, if that makes sense. So for instance, if I'm gonna come in here, see how it's nice and light towards the ends? If I come in here, and I normally come from the top and do it, but and you can kind of see now how it looks almost like where it's doesn't have that nice feathering to it. You can see there's more, it's more of a blunt edge. Yeah. And I mean, you can do that if it's totally fine, and you're okay. But if you want to keep Cushies nice, like kind of layered, then I would use my razor. But we can give her a cut. You guys want to give her a cut? Let's cut her. Let's do it. Feeling brave today, you guys. So Karen and I had this discussion one day. We were like, well, when do you cut your hair and how much do you cut it and how do you cut it? And I was like, I just get really good and brave. And I'm like, I cut hair when I get frustrated, you guys, because it is like the perfect time for me to cut hair. I'm like, and I just come in and start cutting it. I don't know what it is, but yeah. So I want just a little bit of it. Huh?
I'd end up with bald spots if I did that.
So I'm just pulling out I'm just pulling it out. I'm going to measure here, right? I'm going to have hair fibers all over me. And I'm just adding a little bit of a layer here to her.
I think framing layers would look really pretty on a Wanderlust. I think so.
So I'm just using my regular shears, Chloe. And yes, we absolutely can cut a fringe, Beverly.
Written down, I was going to mention it, but otherwise I forget.
You're very welcome. And then we can, of course, come into the back. And here's the great thing, you guys. So if you get a wig and you're like, oh my gosh, the ends are just so bad, cut it, right? Like if you get a long style and you're like, I cannot make this thing do anything, cut it. Just cut it. Um, and then you've got, yes, it's a shorter wig, but you've now got a new wig. I did that with Beverly Hills. I've cut fringe on Kennedy. You name it. I love to cut wigs, especially on days where I'm like, I get frustrated with someone. Go cut me a wig. And I now have synthetic fibers everywhere on me, but yeah. And then you can come back in, you can curl it if you want to curl it, if you want layers, if you want to make a Farrah Fawcett, if you want to make, whatever you want to make. If you want to make a Kennedy, you can do that. I'm so brave. I couldn't even at 2:00 in the morning. Oh my gosh. Tracy, you are so funny.
Pour yourself a glass of wine. Sit down and start cutting.
So you're a fringe girl, Chloe? Oh, we could give her fringe. Could do lots of, so you guys can kind of see, I've pulled it out here, and she's now got a little bit more of like a little shag look going on to her. Pull her up so you can see her. So see how she's got like more of kind of like a shag because of where I pulled her out. You guys are all hairstylists in the making. You just didn't know it yet. Karen cuts hers all the time.
Not saying I do a good job.
You do too.
Yeah.
And then if you wanted super layers, now if this were, here's what I'm going to say. Sometimes you'll get a wig and it's super dense and you're like, what am I going to do with this hair? Cut it. Like thin it out. You can use thinning shears. I would say if you're going to thin it out, Cushy's not very dense. She's more of a low density wig. But if you're going to thin it out, and it's got wefts like Cushy does, I would come in and lift the hair here and then start pulling, start thinning from the bottom, because the bottom, like you'll see wigs where they get wefts, or not wefts, but what is that word that I'm looking for? What's that stuff permatease, where it gets permatease, and wig brands will put permatease at the bottom to give it lift. If you come in and you take the hair and you thin it from like the bottom layers, it'll help the hair to lie down a little bit. It'll look a little bit more natural.
Mm-hmm. I think when I take those wefts out of that one wig, I'm going to go ahead and videotape it.
Yeah.
And if it's successful, I'll post it. If it's not successful, I don't know if I'll post it, but we'll see.
You'll be fine. So Karen has a wig that is a little bit dense. And I was like, hey, pull a weft from here and pull a weft from here. And, if you're coming at the bottom, it's going to make it lay a little bit flatter. And then if you're coming in midway, it's just going to make it a little bit less dense. And you can take a seam ripper and just out of your wig and pull the weft out. So should we talk about the envy hair, Karen?
Sure, go for it. I mean, I will. Yeah. What do you want me to? Just start, and I'll add.
Okay. So envy hair. The thing about envy hair is when you wash it and style it, you want to make sure. And this is particularly for Ginger, who is loving. Would you use a razor? Sorry, let me answer this real quick. Would you use a razor or thinning shears to take the triangle shape out of JR Mauve?
Maybe. Yeah.
Sorry, Maeve.
You're talking about like where it comes down.
Mm-hmm.
You want to make it more even? Oh, we disappeared for a second. Yeah, I would use the scissors, but and then I would probably come back. You take the hair and then you point cut. And just to give it, in fact, here, let me grab Big Mama here.
Big Mama.
Big Mama. Can you see what okay, you can. Yeah, I would take it after I'm done and then take the scissors and just do this. But that's me. I think it makes it look more like realistic than just blunt cutting it right off.
Yeah.
No, she is too big at the bottom. So too much hair, or you want to even her out? But she's still a triangle. She's thinner, but she's still a triangle.
So, did you want her more even, Beverly? You'll have to send us a picture.
Yeah, because the only way I always thought she meant like, like this.
Yeah.
They go longer at the...
Yeah, where it's tapered in the back.
That's a cushy too, by the way.
Yeah.
That's Jamocha Almond Fudge. She's going to go up for sale soon. She's too dark for me. I mean, I can wear Jamocha Almond Fudge in a shorter style, but not in a longer. More straight down. Oh, so she's like poofing out. So lengthwise, she's fine. Play with wigs, my dog's in there.
So you could still thin her, Beverly. You just would want to watch. I would take some thinning shears to her, honestly. And I've done that with human hair, where I'll go in and I'll go in and actually thin out the top of it, so that it's not. I think that's what you're talking about. Am I understanding you?
Unless she means like it's too poofy, like at the ends. I've taken the thinning shears on the ends, just the ends, and done it on some.
Yeah.
I agree, Teresa. I'll tell you what, there are days where I have 4 or 5 that I just sit and straighten, and it's so relaxing.
Yeah. It really is. It's very therapeutic. I was cutting hair at 16 and I didn't, I don't think I ever thought, I never thought about like going into hair, but I love to do it just because I thought it was fun. So.
Well, I have a drawer over there full of wigs that need to be straightened and worked on and then donated. That's what I do. Okay, thinning shears it is. I have nothing to lose because I can't wear it as it is. That is true. And you know what? That's how you learn.
Right.
I mean, you could send it to somebody and have them do it for you, or you can figure out how to do it for yourself. And
yeah. And I mean, just like you said, Beverly, I had a human hair wig, and I am telling you, like the first one I got, I spent $2,300 on a little bob, a human hair bob. And I won't say where, but that thing was a hot mess. That hair was so bad. I couldn't even believe it.
It's off.
And then when I decided that I was really going to get serious about human hair, I bought another one. And then that thing was a hot mess. I took it to a hairstylist that was told by the wig place that I had purchased it take it over here. She knows how to work on wigs. She had colored the lace. I mean, it was not good. Um, and again, that hair was just so bad. It was unbelievable. So I took it out and I started playing with it. I thinned it. I mean, but that wig was so fat. I looked like I was wearing a helmet. It was so bad. Um, but I played with it, and that's what I used to experiment on till this day is that wig because I can't ruin it. I'm not wearing it. And if you're not going to wear it, don't worry about it.
Right.
Yeah.
Sorry, I have a headache. I've had a headache for 3 days. I just can't stand anything on my head any longer today.
Uh-oh. Well,
Tight,
no,
not tight,
that
anyways.
works.
Huh?
I went to the corner market today and I didn't have any hair on. My husband said, "You're not wearing hair." And I said, "Nope. I've had a migraine since yesterday."
No, I wouldn't say it's a migraine. It's like, I don't know. It's back here.
It's in the back.
Yep, I think I just need to go have a massage. But the wig is bothering my head, so
I should start a business called Wig and Massage.
I know when we're done and after everybody goes home tonight, I have a thing I put in my chair and I sit in it. It just goes up and down my back. And
yeah, it's very relaxing,
yeah,
Ginger.
yeah. And Beverly, don't feel guilty. You deserve to take time for yourself. I keep telling everybody we deserve it. I mean, Jiminy's.
Yeah. Yes.
And I never did that when I was raising kids. And now that my kids are gone, it's like, I'm going to be selfish. It's time for me.
Well, and so I will say, like, spend time with the people that you love.
Well,
right?
exactly. But you also need to take care of yourself.
Yes.
Because
100%.
if you don't, and I
100%.
think, at least for me, when I was raising kids, I was too busy I was in survival mode. I was on autopilot. I have one of those. Yeah, mine's still here too. I get it. I always tell everybody I had 4 children. And they're like, and I'm like, yeah, I have 4 boys. I said, well, yeah, my husband, he's a toddler too. I mean, he's a good guy, okay? But he's, yeah.
Oh my goodness. All right. Well, let's talk about, because I know we're going to let Karen go. So let's talk just a few minutes about Envy hair. So let me pop on the Corey that I had on yesterday. I'll take this one off and pop Corey on, so that you can see her. So I was very, very fortunate in that, every now and then, you guys, I get Envy hair that is beautiful. And they're expensive. I'm not just talking about for y'all. I mean, they're expensive. What I pay for them is crazy. So when I try to pass them on for all of you at a good price, it's because I got them at a good price.
Yeah, you can ask a few questions about bio hair.
Absolutely. Go ahead, Beverly. I'm going to swap wigs real quick and then go ahead, Beverly.
Yeah. So the one thing that I learned, well, couple of things that we learned in that thing was that this Envy hair, you want to take care of it like it's human hair. So you want to use good product that you would use in human hair when you wash it, condition it, all of that. But you can treat it like your heat-friendly synthetic when you're working with it. So it'll curl, it'll hold the curl, it has the heat memory just like a heat-friendly synthetic. You don't have to worry about washing it and you're going to lose the style because you won't. But you just want to be like with mine, I use argan oil on it and just a little bit because that's what takes care of the human hair of it. I know there's other products out there that they recommend, but I have found that to work best for me.
Yeah.
And I don't use any other product other than water, shampoo, conditioner when I do it and that. Okay.
Yeah. So that pretty much sums it up. So Ginger, when you're washing it, you'll want to use it with a nice sulfate-free shampoo like Purology or um, I love the Moroccan oil products and masks, but sometimes those are a little bit fragrant. And so if you don't like that, the Purology has a really good line. Um, Anything that you can do to preserve that human hair in your wig is going to be where you're going to lean, because synthetics, really, they're not going to absorb anything, right? They don't need a lot of moisturization because there's just a synthetic fiber. And so you might want to coat it a little bit, but putting the conditioner on that should coat it. But also putting the oil on it will coat it as well. So anything that you can do to keep it on there um,
So
is going
Beverly
to be
said,
beneficial.
does anyone feel like sometimes your hair is growing back, but then you're not sure? Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. I keep thinking, oh, I'm not going to cut it and see. And then all of a sudden, after it gets to a certain point, I start noticing bald spots. And yeah, I mean, I'd love it if it grew back. I'd still wear wigs though, just because it's so much easier.
Well, and I think to that point, so and again, back to envy hair. So Ginger, you can actually
Sorry.
style it just like I showed you, um, just like you would a regular human hair wig. Um, and there are actually, I'll put some videos on the site, on the website, so that you can go and watch them actually style it,
Sorry,
and
ladies. Hot flash.
see how they're styling the hair. So it's pretty easy. It's pretty basic. But like I said, I've had this Corey since it was new, and it's still got the curl in it. So easy.
Um, well, it's fuzzy because it's buzzed off, but no, I think it's still what it was. I mean, look, there you can see my bald spots. I think it's still what it was. It still feels really soft. It's actually healthier now that I'm not doing stuff to it than it was before I buzzed it off. So I don't know. Is yours growing
So
back funny, Bev? Your Corey, yeah,
I
your
was just gonna
Corey.
ask her.
She says your Corey still looks beautiful.
Yeah. And I've had her since like October of last year. She's just a beautiful wig. Lisa, Corey, Veronica. Oh my gosh, do you have your Veronica,
Yeah,
Karen?
but it's upstairs. You
Oh,
want me to
okay.
go get it? I mean, I get it.
Um, Veronica, Corey, Zoe, Lisa. Those are probably my four favorite styles. Karen also has a page that she loves.
She's
That's a
adorable.
bob. Um, and we've got Lindsay in the group who has a couple of them as well that she just adores. Um, and it just depends like on what you're looking for, but the hair, the blends are just phenomenal. They don't feel like a regular synthetic. They feel more like human hair,
Yeah, they really do.
but then they
Um,
keep the color and the structure that a synthetic will keep. Sorry, what were you going to say, Karen?
I was going to answer Beverly's question. Mine is, I mean, I would say it's kind of like that too, but it's just because it's buzzed off. Yeah, I'll post a picture, Ginger. I did a review on it too. So, I mean, I can put a link to that. Where am I from originally? I was born in Richland Center. I grew up in Monona, which is in Madison, and we are just north of Beaver Dam now. So that kind of tells you where I'm at. Um, you won't regret it, Chloe. Envy blends are great. Sorry, I'm having a hot flash.
Oh no.
I can't peel down to nothing because I'm on camera.
Well, you could, but our ratings might go up.
I doubt it. I doubt it. Yeah, I can provide a link to that. It's actually, if you can, well, I wonder if it's public. If you go over to my Facebook page, it's pinned at the top of my Facebook page. I would think you can see it. If not, I will go ahead and put it in the group. You did a baking soda thing on a raw sugar Los Angeles. Okay, do tell. I need the deets here. I want to know.
Yeah,
Did it work?
I'm curious to know what came out at Beverly. So you guys, last weekend, Beverly was talking about the video between like adding baking soda. Karen, didn't you tell me she added it to the conditioner?
Yes. Which I think Beverly and I were saying it's kind of like an oxymoron, kind of supposed
Yeah,
to strip everything off your wig, but you're putting conditioner back. I don't know. How did it do? I'd like to
yeah.
know. All right. I'm actually, as we're talking, posting the link to that in the group. So,
Thank you, Karen.
yeah. Let's hope it works.
Yeah. So Chloe, I grabbed a couple Veronicas, I grabbed a couple Lisas. Zoe is consistently gone. Like I'm waiting for Ginger's Zoe to come in because they get it and it's gone. They get it and it's gone. Like they can't keep Zoe in stock. Um, so I have to back order it, and then the second it comes in, and just so you guys know, um, a lot of the wig brands are having problems keeping stock. And I was told, uh, I've now been told by but three different brands, that it is a labor shortage. So they knew this was coming. They knew it was going to be an issue. But if we get wigs in and I get them in a certain color, and you're like, oh, I'll wait on that, I would say don't wait on it because of the fact that I'm now seeing those delays across all brands. I'm seeing it across Tressallure. Tressallure, that Moon Dust, they don't even have it. Like, there's only like, I think 3 different styles she said she has Moon Dust in, and they're all shorties. And it's not going to be until September that they have it back. So,
Okay.
Tressallure, Beltras, Envy, they're all having, even Henry Margaux, they're having issues trying to keep specific colors and styles in stock because there's such a delay coming from China. So
Beverly, let me know. Okay. I'm very curious how
yeah,
that works. Um, Chloe says, any hints on decreasing dark roots on a wig other than using wig root powder or spray? Can I use peroxide? You were talking a heat-friendly synthetic, I would think? Or what are we? I'm actually curious about that too, if there's anything you can do about the dark little knots.
the dark knots on the synthetic,
Mm-hmm.
I have not seen anything.
Yeah, I'm.
Yeah, I
And then
haven't seen anything, Chloe.
she says, yeah, heat-friendly. Treese wants to know if you're doing a drawing today. She missed it last week.
I absolutely can. Um, so we're actually not doing, we're moving away from giving away free wigs because it seems like, I mean, I don't want to give away something that you guys aren't going to wear that you're not going to enjoy, right? So what I've started doing is doing giving away a gift card so that you can use it to shop with something that you do want. So, but yeah, we can absolutely do that because it's time, right?
Yeah, it's 4 o'clock.
Okay. Let me spin that up real quick.
Sorry. Holy cow. I'm going to have everybody out in Facebook land yawning with me. Yeah, I think the
Yes.
gift card just makes more sense.
Yeah.
Because if you get a wig that you don't like, what are you going to do? Oh, you could resell it, but still. Therese, when she gets it going, you might have to hashtag in again. So just hang tight here.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. Boy, they're all going to be eating pizza. And I'm going to be snoozing.
How many pieces did you get last week?
Last night?
Yeah.
We did 5. Because you know what? My boys can eat. There's 3 left.
Wow.
Yeah, I told Fred, I said, no, we're not doing that again. We went crazy.
Gosh.
Yeah. And that was even having the older or the middle one who worked and then came home and ate after everybody eating too. So,
oh my gosh,
I think there's probably 2.5 pizzas left, but
yeah.
Okay. I am a grandma.
So,
Therese, I don't know that I've met a wig. Well, no, I have met a wig that I didn't like. Inertia. Yeah. No, I look like a shorter hair version of Albert Einstein. That was pretty bad. You saw it, Karen. I put it on for you that one day.
I was like, oh, yeah. Okay. That was interesting. And so it's funny because, yeah, there's wigs that look amazing on Karen, and then I put them on and I'm like, no.
Morning Storm. Can't do it.
Morning Storm is one of those.
It's like right here, and I look terrible.
And I think I have a couple of them, and I've seen them on ladies, and they're adorable. And then I go to put them on, and I'm like, no way.
Yeah, Joss doesn't work for me either. It's something about where I mean, if it was just a straight or something, it might be okay. But why do you want to know how old I am? I'm not sure.
She's 12.
I'm old enough to have grown children in their 30s and to be a grandma. We'll put it at that. I'm not ashamed of my age, but I just don't.
Oh my goodness. How old are you, miss? Okay. Oh gosh. Okay. So let's go ahead and do a drawing. So if you can go ahead and put the hashtag locks and tops in the chat.
All right. Even if you've already done it, do it again so that we get you in. Make sure you get in the drawing, please.
Because so far we only have 3 entries. Only 3? Let me refresh it. Oh no. Hold on one second. Don't refresh. Note to self, do not refresh the giveaway page.
Oh, do they have to do it again?
I don't know. Hold on one second. Okay. All right. We're good. Okay. Let me go ahead and share my screen.
I think there's only 3 people there too, so.
We have 7 people on the live today.
Well, one of them wants to know my age and if I have grandchildren, so.
Okay, let me share. How did I? Okay, here we go. Share screen. Okay, can you guys see it okay?
Yep.
All right, here we go.
Hey, yay,
Ginger!
Ginger!
Woo, woo, woo. All right,
They
Ginger,
do
I'm going
take
to send
years off
you
your age trees.
an
And yes,
electronic
go
gift
ahead. I'm sorry.
card. What was that, Karen?
I was going to answer Beverly and say, yeah, I think it is a perv. Um, she goes, it's a perv.
We we don't do those.
Well, you can kick them out. You have every. I think I tried. I can't. So you have to be the one
Okay,
to.
hold on one second. Let me find
Yeah,
this
so
individual.
Ginger won a what? $100 gift card? Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am, she did.
Right. Yay! Congrats, Ginger. She's gonna put it towards another Zoe.
I know she is. She has one coming. It's supposed to be in this week, Ginger. All right. Well, Ginger, thank you so much for being here today, and congratulations. I'll get that sent out to you after the live today. I still owe one to Mary as well. So I will send both of those out today. Ladies, thank you. Is there anything that you guys want to see on the lives coming up? So I'm trying to now do more pictures for the different styles so that you can see them. Because I think that that's more helpful because I know there's lots of questions when we do the lives. And so what do you think about doing more of the lives? So I started a public Facebook account so that I could go live because you can't do it with a private Facebook group. So I went over and started a public one so that we can do lives and I can go on regularly right from the group um, and talk about different styles and things like that. Um, but what do you guys want to see on the lives?
Oh, ouch. Are they still with us?
I think so. We lost a couple, but yeah, so this is for you, you guys. So I am happy to give you discounts in the groups. I'm happy to give you discounts on the web page, but I want to make sure that this is beneficial for you guys because I know summer's coming up. A lot of people are going to be on vacation. So, and Karen's going to be taking some time off. I'm going to be taking some time off. We're going to take anything and everything because I guess
you don't know what you don't know.
You don't know. Okay. Okay.
Okay, so Teresa also says, seeing new styles is fun. I like that you're trying to do those little lives each day. Ginger says, compare envy blends, maybe. Okay, so like different styles of the envy blends. Because I have 3, I think.
Yeah.
And
I
you
have
have
Erica and Zoe and Corey, and then soon to be Veronica.
Oh.
Um,
and I'm not going to be around that much. With the puppies just being born, we're starting to plan our vacation now, and it's going to be in the end of July. So, and then I got to get to my mom somewhere in there. I have company in June. And just, yeah, crazy summer. It all starts.
Yeah.
So, yes, styles. Okay. Because I think the only style I have that you don't would be Paige.
Yeah.
So
maybe we do, so, well, and I have Erica. So maybe just do a review of Paige.
Okay. So Ginger says, and talk about taking care of the new human hair line you were doing.
Okay.
And Therese, it is a golden retriever puppy. I have 2 goldens sleeping in my living room floor right now. One is 13 and one is 10. And we're bringing home a new puppy. We're going to upset the apple cart at the Hinkle home. It's going to be fun.
And Karen is now looking for a new pup. So,
Yeah, you're looking for another Chihuahua, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've was born with one, literally sat next to one in my stroller from the day I was born. Um, so yeah, so hopefully this summer I'll be able to spend some time with a new baby.
Bye, Ginger.
Bye,
Um,
Ginger. Thank you for coming.
Therese, I actually did show when I had Cocker Spaniels. I don't do it anymore, but I am going through a breeder out east in New Hampshire who I've been watching for 13 years. And she shows, but she breeds the dual, so they're bred for hunting like they're supposed to be, but they're also show quality. And she proves all of her dogs, does all the health testing, everything. I've wanted one of her puppies forever, so I'm super excited. Oh, Beverly, I didn't want to mention dogs because I know
Yeah,
it is hard.
Beverly. It is hard, but I will tell you, I love beagles. I love all dogs, you guys. Like I was the kid that would come home with. So I was raised on a farm when I was little, and we had everything from dogs, cats, chickens, cows, pigs. Um, and I thought I was Dr. Doolittle. Till this day, you cannot take me somewhere where there are dogs. And my husband's like, okay, honey, okay, don't do the Dr. Doolittle. I will go up and start talking to the dogs. I don't like the cats, whatever. Like I talk to them like they're little people. And my husband's like, oh my Lord. And it's almost like the owner isn't even there. It's like I'm talking to the dog. So, um, yeah. So I have never, I've always had animals in my life, and so to not have a little dog right now is very difficult for me. But that's okay. I'm hanging out with lots of little dogs, and I go visit my neighbors that have dogs, and so it does help. And yes, I
Can
miss
you
her
see my
desperately.
puppy? Can you
Huh?
see
Is
my
that your
puppy?
puppy?
One of them. I'm not sure which one is which. Isn't it cute? Sorry, I know it's hard, but oh, that's puppy on Mama's foot, so that is my puppy.
Oh,
No,
oh.
isn't she
There's
cute?
so we used to breed Cocker Spaniels and English Bulldogs, and there is nothing like puppy breath and having little tongues on your nose.
Yep. Oh my gosh, yes, I talk to the dogs. I tell my
Of
dogs,
course.
"Hey, I'm going to the store. You got to behave while I'm gone." Da da da.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mom will
Yeah,
be back soon.
absolutely. And I'll tell you this, it's so
I
funny.
don't baby talk though.
When Bits was little, I'd say, okay, honey, don't move, don't go past this point. And it was like basically where the tile was. I said, don't go onto the tile because if you were to run away, mommy may not ever get to you again. And she never did. I think they're smarter than what we give them
Yeah,
credit for.
I actually agree with Treese there. I think that there will, yeah, your dog will find you when
Yeah.
it's meant to.
Yeah.
Um, I have walked. I did rescue for a long time. I've walked more dogs than I care to talk about down that last road, and it is heartbreaking every single time. And every single time, I'm not doing it again. I'm not going to do it again, and I do it again.
Yeah.
However, this will be our last puppy. I don't know if any of you have ever had a golden puppy, but
Yeah.
the Goldens are more challenging than any other breed I've had, and I don't. I think it's the biting and the I don't know. I mean, they're
And they eat
wonderful dogs.
everything. They eat
Well, they
everything.
eat everything if they're allowed to eat everything. I spent
Sandy
a
ate everything. She had to go to the doctor 3 times for eating stuff.
yeah, no, we try to mitigate that from happening. But it's a lot of work because if your eyes are not on that puppy needs to be in a crate. There's just yeah. Yeah, dogs are super duper smart. And I do think they understand a lot more than we give them credit for. And
Yeah.
then again though, there's some dogs that are like, eh.
You taught him math, Beverly? Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, smart dog.
I just figured there's too much love in this house to not give another baby a good home. So.
All right. I hate to do this, but I got to run,
Okay.
guys. I hear car
All right,
doors
ladies.
shutting. They are going to descend on me any second. It was nice to see everybody. Obviously, I'm not here next week. I don't think there's a live next weekend.
Nope. No live next week.
So
it's Mother's Day.
Talk to you all soon.
Have a great week, everyone. Take care.
How do I get out of here? Leave. There we go. Bye.
I'm going to end it right now.